Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the third video in the Learn Tajweed step-by-step series. In today's video, inshallah, we are going to speak about one of the most important foundations of Tajweed, which is articulation points of the letters, or as we can say in Arabic, Makarij al-Huruf. First, what is the meaning of the word Makharij? The word Makharij itself is an Arabic word and it is the plural of the word Makhraj, which means in English the point of exit. Or we can say another definition. According to the letters, we can say that the word Makharij means articulation points of the letters. Or we can say third definition, according to what we said before, that every letter has a sound and every sound has a specific place to come from. That's why we can say that the word Makharij are the places from where the sounds of the letters come. And now let's see what are these places or this articulation or this Makharij. What are the Makharij? We have 5 main articulation areas. Only 5, but they are the 5 main areas, not points, because some of these areas consists or contains a lot of another points. So we have a lot of points, but they are mainly only 5. And these 5 articulations are clarified in this chart or in this figure. So now let's study this figure to know what are the 5 main articulation areas. First, we have this part and this one. All of this red part, it's called the oral cavity, or we can say it in Arabic, al-jaw. Then look at this gray part. This gray part is the throat, or al-halq. So notice here that al-halq is just a part of al-jaw. In the next side, we have the lips, which are al-shafatayn. Next, we have the nasal cavity, which is al-khayshum. And finally, we have the tongue, which is al-lisan. These are the 5 main articulation areas, and each one of these 5 areas contains several points of articulations. Each one of these articulation points is called makhraj. These makharij produce all the sound of the Arabic letters, and each makhraj has a name and produces number of sounds. And we will study each makhraj with its letters, inshallah. But let's say again their name. As we said, we have 5 makharij or 5 main articulation areas. They are al-jaw, al-halq, al-shafatan, al-khayshum, and finally al-lisan. We will study each one of these with more details, but before doing that, we must know how to determine the point of articulation of each letter. We have 2 ways or 2 methods to know from where and how the letter is produced. The first way by using hamza followed by the letter you want to produce. So you will read the letter with a sukun after pronouncing hamza before it. This hamza may be with fatha or kasra as you like. Let's try it now with the letter ba. It will be pronounced like that. Ab, ab. If you notice here, I used my lips in pronouncing or in saying this letter. So now I know that the articulation area of the letter ba is lips. And the second way is by using shadda. So you will say the letter with shadda on it. So it will be bah, bah. These 2 methods are good for you to test your pronunciation or to make sure that you are reading or pronouncing every letter from the correct makhraj. And now we learned the basics of Makharij lesson. So let's start now with the first and the easiest makhraj, which is al-jaw. Oral cavity or al-jaw is the empty space inside your mouth. And this articulation area is the makhraj of the long vowel sounds. So there are only 3 letters that are produced from this makhraj, which are alif, waw, ya, that we call mad letters. And they don't have a specific point that they finish at. They just finished by stopping of the sound. That's why in reading them, the air from your mouth flows freely. To be more clear, let's see examples. First, we have the letter alif, which is preceded by fatha. We just read it by opening our mouth, but not to be very wide and not to be very close. We just make an average opening. For example, qala as-sama. Just open your mouth in an average rate. Second letter, we have the letter waw, which is preceded by dhamma, to be waw al-mad. And to read it, we make our lips like O shape. To read it correctly, not to be very wide and not to be very close also, you must be in an average rate. For example, qalu, ju'. And finally, the ya letter, which is preceded by kasra. We will pronounce it like the E sound. For example, qila dinukum. These are the 3 letters that are produced from al-jaw. A, U, E. Now, hold on, pause the video and try to read this word by yourself, as this word collects all the mad letters, or as we can say, all the letters that comes out from al-jaw. So try to read it now. Okay, now let's listen to it.
تلك من أنباء الغيب نوحيها إليك ما كنت تعلمها أنت ولا قومك من قبل هذا فاصبر إن العاقبة للمتقين.
We will stop here today, inshallah. as we learned what is the meaning of Makharij, what are the 5 main articulation areas, how to determine the articulation point of each letter, and finally the letters produced from al-jaw. We will stop here and wait for part 2 of the Makharij lesson in the next video inshallah. Thank you for watching, and if you got benefited from this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Assalamu alaikum.